All properties of the Halo franchise are owned by Microsoft, 343 Industries, and Creative Assembly. Please support this game. Hey guys, this is Krims0nLink here, and I am bringing you this next part of the Halo Wars 2 campaign, Lights Out. So basically, in this campaign episode, you have to go through these warps. They introduce warps into this one to kind of teach you, how to go from one spot to another using instantaneous warping. And along the way, I will tell you some of the objectives, who you end up facing at the end, and hopefully teach you a few things. Alright, so my troops are coming this way. There's eventually going to be a big wraith that my Spartan will take over right there. And so let's take over that. And so we're going to destroy these troops and then work on getting some resources. It's important that you have a lot of resources because eventually you are going to have a base that you need to build up and get your troops. So let's get these resources, and then we are going to head south to the white kind of beacon on the bottom. There are prisoners that you can collect, or free, I guess I should say. And then one of the bonus objectives is to keep those troops alive. I think one or two troops can die, but you don't want full regiments to die. And so the only good hunter I can say is a dead hunter. So let's take out that hunter and these marauders and whatnot. And then we will go, in just a bit, we will go and take out some garrison troops and then free these prisoners. With those prisoners, you want to obviously get them free, but like I said, the bonus objective is to keep them alive. And that's pretty tough to do considering you only have so many troops and you can't just waste them on trying to hide them and hope that they don't die. I think I tried that in this episode, but I'm sure if you do it in a way it can work, but it's also kind of time consuming because you don't have as many troops that you can use throughout the entire campaign. But that is one way to do it, or you can kind of keep them in the back, hopefully not getting shot at. So over here, let's take out these silos and get the resources, take out the enemies as well, and then we will head to that white spot on the minimap right above us. That's where the first warp is. Alright. And let's go. There's the first warp. Take out these marauders. For the convenience of time, I will be going through some of this material rather quickly and cutting out other stuff because this is a pretty long mission. If you try to get all the bonus objectives, you're probably looking at close to 25 to 35 minutes, somewhere in that range. If you're really good, probably between 20 to 25. Alright, so let's go through this portal, and once we go through here, you kind of learn something different. You're going to get some hornets. Those hornets are used to take out the reavers. One of the bonus objectives is to make sure you don't let the reavers take out your hornets. And so, because those are anti-air units, you don't want your anti-air to get, you don't want your air units to get destroyed. So, let's take out this warp thing. Oh, I didn't tell you that little flower thing is basically what controls the warps. If you take those out quick enough, they can't spawn more troops. That's also one of the bonus objectives, is to make sure that no other groups of troops come through the portals. So let's collect this. This is also where our base is going to be located. So let's get these resources, and then let's start building up our base. In the meantime, yeah, as you can see, I kind of hid some troops. I'm trying to make sure that they don't die, while also keeping them close enough to me. One of the problems that I have is it's a bad tendency is I'll double tap the RB button, and that basically tells all troops to do certain things, and that can be a problem because, you know, if you're trying to make sure that those certain troops don't die, they're still marching. So that is a definite problem of mine. One of the other objectives in this is to not let troops go through basically these blast zones. You'll see it, yeah, you see that right up there. Those are blast zones. You don't want to walk your troops there because that's pretty much instant death. And that, you know, in some cases that can cause a double whammy for objectives. So that's speed up here. I'm just doing a lot of build up. And let's go through the portal, go to the next area. There's going to be a decent amount of troops throughout this entire region. In the meanwhile, I am still going to build up troops, make sure that I'm getting plenty of resources flowing. As you can see, I have a decent amount of troops, but it never hurts to have more. My problem with the prisoner troops is I did not categorize them. If I would have categorized them, there's a better chance that I wouldn't have let them die, because eventually I do let some of them die, and that's my own fault. Whenever you do these missions, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but when you're doing these missions and you complete like bonus objectives and stuff, you can collect the multiplier skulls. That is the way you get those in this game. It's a little different, obviously, than a traditional Halo game, because on those you just find them kind of out in the wild. But with this game, you have to do bonus objectives to be able to get them, and it's also an achievement. Back at the base, we destroy that Banshee, and then we will keep getting things ready for our troops, and then we will proceed across this light bridge. So there is a chance that I will be not having any videos for the next week and a half. So just in case that does happen, episode 7 of this will be out then the following Tuesday. But we'll see what happens. But there's a good, basically just bank on waiting until 2 weeks from now to be able to have the next mission of it ready. So obviously that's Decimus. That is who we are going after. He escaped us from that second mission, and we are going to make it a point to get him this time. I hide my Hornets there because there are some Reavers, and I really want to get that bonus objective, and the best way to do that is just not to let Hornets face off against any Reavers. I have enough troops that I can destroy the Reavers regardless. So we're going to take these troops out, move across. I believe there's a miniature banished facility up there, and we will go take that out. Well, yep, see, I was not fast enough to destroy that generator thing, and that's what lets more troops across. Note to yourself to make sure you do that if you're trying to go for all the bonus objectives. There's one of the little mini banished facilities. I believe there's one there and one to the north of that. You can use those as kind of miniature bases for yourself if you choose to. Get those garrison troops out and go ahead and move these guys forward. In this region there are going to be more prisoners. There are going to be 2 little encampments with prisoners that you can free. And then there's also going to be an extra banished facility, a full-blown banished facility. And that's where they're manufacturing most of their troops. There are multiple ways to get down to those 2 white beacon kind of things. But both the one route basically has you going through a blast zone, which they kind of set up to make it look enticing, but it will end up making you fail some of the objectives. So let's keep heading down there. Our facility is getting attacked by probably hunters and whatnot. And let's take out these troops and vehicles. Get those pesky hunters. I wish they were that easy in the actual normal campaigns. Okay, and that one is done. Let's free some of these prisoners. They are free. Let's take out these troops. Oh, there's a data log. Make sure to get those data logs. I think through my whole entire campaign, I think I might have missed maybe a little over a handful or less of them. As you can see, with this facility, you definitely want to set up some anti-air turrets. They come in handy. Oh, no, I was wrong. There are 3 sets of prisoners, not 2. That was my fault. Let's get this enemy, and then let's free some prisoners. We're going to skip along because we need to go north of here. Decimus is going to show his ugly face. I don't even know if his mama can like that face. Just get out of here. No one wants you around. Go away. So we obviously fast forward to where we got to that facility up north. We're going to build our facility. The one that I'm in the process of building, that one comes in handy because the next section we are going to face off against Decimus. And if he decimates our troops, then that will come in handy for rebuilding. Because you don't want, if you build at your first base and you try to tell them to go to where Decimus is, they go through the blast zone, and that just causes another objective to be failed. I've tried that before. Alright, so we are almost done taking out this facility. And then ours is almost built. Let's take out these last troops. And then we gotta destroy that thing before we can even go through the portal. And it's too bad I can't get a condor here because I have more than enough resources for a condor. A condor basically is the ultimate unit for the UNSC. Alright. We need to build up our troops because as you can see we don't have the full 100 troops or close to it. I can't believe I guess I haven't even taught my Marines how to use frag grenades, which kind of thought that was something you learned in boot camp. But anyway, I digress. Let's fast forward here in just a little bit. We're going to build our troops and then we are going to go take out Decimus. Might as well heal our guys. And there we go. We got pretty much we have a full army. And so let's go through there. Then we're warping through to this island. That's kind of where Decimus is. He's going to have several troops around him because he's a coward. Starting with these little guys. Then we will move forward, take out this turret. There's nothing worse than a random turret attacking you when you're trying to complete something. Decimus isn't going to show his ugly face until you take out so many troops. So let's finish those guys off. And then, oh, that's why let's destroy this turret, and then we have to destroy that warp generator. Otherwise, we're not going to get anywhere. These turrets should come in handy when they get built. And let's finish off this warp generator. It's kind of impressed that I was able to keep my Spartan in that Wraith this whole time. Alright, now come on out, Decimus. We know you are there. So just like the first time you faced Decimus, he has basically an orbital attack after you take out so much health. So let's focus on getting his shields down, and then we will take his health down. As you can see, he's calling down an orbital attack. This time there's not really a countdown. Thankfully I had some turrets that helps out quite a bit to make sure his shields get down faster. And then after attacking a little bit more, he's going to call that down, as you can see. I believe it's here that he kind of runs for cover because he's a wuss. It's either this time or, yep, he's running away because, oh, I was wrong. It must be the next time. He eventually runs away and calls an orbital strike on you, and you just have to keep running and running and running, because otherwise all your troops can be wiped out, and then you have to waste time to rebuild your whole army. I believe it's here that he runs away. Yep. And you want to make sure you just keep your troops moving. Keep them moving, because otherwise they will get destroyed. I figured I would take this route around the north part. Keep working on that because they are just going to keep coming. If you get hit by that, that's pretty much an instant death. And then once we take out some of these troops, we can go finish off Decimus. Wrap around there, take out this Reaver. Those pesky guys, they took out my turrets. Get rid of that guy. Then let's head south here. There's Decimus. He's being a pansy. Oh, go back up here. And let's get him. Oh, he apparently learned a new trick to pull himself to you. And he also has a couple of engineers to help try to heal him. Pull our troops out. That's hopefully going to be the last orbital strike. And Well, what a guy. He even took out his own helpers. That's going to be his downfall. Let's keep knocking his health down. And there you go. That is the end of the mission. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I believe I actually got that bonus objective for keeping my Hornets healthy. So, yep. Alright, well, if you liked this video, give me a like, thumbs up, subscribe, and leave some comments. And anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye, guys.